Good morning. You're FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm in Colorado Springs at the Broadmoor Hotel, and I'm with Mark Bischoff at the Starnet annual meeting. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Kemp. It's wonderful to see you in person.
It is. I can't stress that enough. Let me tell you, it's been 3 years since Starnet's had an annual meeting, and you're celebrating your 30th, and you got a big crowd here, and we're all excited to see each other and shake hands and hug each other. So, but let me start out real quick. I'm taking a look at you. You're looking real healthy, so you've lost some weight, haven't you?
Yes, my chairman keeps me working very hard, Chairman Chuck Bodie, and he's kept me slim and trim during the difficult years we faced the last 2 years.
You know, he's kind of nocturnal, so I don't know what time y'all meet, but I'm guessing it's probably 5 a.m.
It's pretty early. Chuck likes early morning phone calls for our coaching sessions.
Well, you're looking good. Let me real quick run down your background. I mean, you came in on the Johnsonite side, then over to Tarkett, and then over to Mohawk, and then here, and you've been doing this now for 4 years, right?
Yes, I joined in April of 2018 as part of the succession plan for the organization and am thrilled to be here.
You'd have to be behind a rock to not know that Starnet's the largest group of commercial contractors in the business. It is a co-op. Tell me how you've held it together in the last 3 years with no meetings.
Well, it's a committee-driven organization. So we've done a lot to try to take that committee camaraderie and focus and take it digital. Everyone hated it. We wanted to be together, but the new technology has allowed us to be much more effective in increasing the frequency of the interactions between the members and the vendors. And also, when you're doing things remotely, you're much more conscious of the content. So you don't want to waste anyone's time, and it has to be dialed in so that when people do join, they stay on the line because it's easy for people to escape. When you get them captured in a property like this, actually it's much easier, and that was part of the discussion with the board. Are we going to be a live organization or are we not long term? And then two, they also helped us by investing in technology. We wanted to scale the organization, increase the interaction and frequency, and the timing was perfect because they released the funds for us to invest in technology before the pandemic hit. So the timing was luck. We like to say we planned it all, but we didn't. So long story short, we went digital. We were very intent about how to keep the connection up. We introduced Saturday coffee to lighten the mood a little bit so everything wasn't pandemic all the time. And I think it brought the network closer. Now we can do physical meetings, and it's been much better for the members, and there's an incredible enthusiasm here.
I vote you lead by example and continue to have physical meetings because the largest sector in the commercial market is the office sector, and we need to get that fired back up. We need people to start going back to work. How are sales, like, say, the first part of this year if you compare them to 2019? That way we take all that garbage out of the pandemic.
Yeah, obviously the pandemic years are easier comparisons. We feel very confident we're going to beat 2019 numbers. We're especially happy with the soft surface results in the first quarter, which we thought would continue to be a struggle, but our members are doing much better on soft surface. And we've had some surprises by segment. Most people thought hotel and hospitality would be tragic, and actually it's not too bad. We obviously want those numbers to come up, but we've had a few surprises by segment, and then the soft surface part of the business is outperforming, so we're thrilled with that.
Okay. Tell us about the member count now. We obviously need to get a little bit into that, diversify, adding Spectra, but tell us what your count is.
Yeah, so we have more multi-location members today than ever before. Our membership is around 180, and our location count is around 390. So we have more and more members absorbing other companies inside the network as well as absorbing companies that are out of network. And multi-location is the trend. In addition, we've had great success around succession, not only inside families, so that's been really thrilling because that's what most people hope for, but also with employees taking on succession roles and taking over businesses where they've worked a long time, been loyal to the prior owner, and we've seen some great stories come out of that as well.
So Starnet gets involved, I know, when a member wants to retire and wants to find somebody to come in and take it over, and you just had news last week of one of those. The Spectra situation, that's 26 locations, but it doesn't change your member count because it's diversified. It just means diversifies your biggest by far. And so they say they're $1 billion influencer in the marketplace. And what is the Starnet number all rolled together?
So because the Starnet members are involved in things outside of flooring, not every, and service is such a big part of the revenue, we estimate that our total revenue for the entire group now is over $4 billion.
Yeah, and that's a lot more than product, right?
Yes. Yeah. A lot more to product. Includes our maintenance members that are in the Starnet Floor Care program, and many members do more than flooring.
What do you think the biggest challenges your members are facing today?
The number one challenges that we hear over and over again are attracting talent, not necessarily, it used to be relegated to the field, hand skill labor. Now it's professional talent, sales, administration, operations, in addition to the attract, retain, and onboard the best talent. We have this other issue with everything is difficult. So our productivity per member, the jobs that used to be taken on by one person now require teams of problem solvers. So there's an incredible productivity challenge with the members. Everything is hard. How to find material, where is the truck, placing orders with manufacturers. Our members struggle with almost every basic interaction in the business today, and it's hurting their productivity, which basically means the margins are under incredible pressure. Not because of the cost side, because some of that could be overcome by excellent management. The challenge is every task is overwhelmingly difficult these days.
This is the 30th anniversary meeting. How many people you got here at this meeting?
So our registration went over 725, which is an all-time record. There's always attrition. People have flights cancel and family things that happen. And so we believe that we are still just over 700 as far as feet on the ground. The greatest compliment to Starnet is we have a record number of guests and spouses attending, which means they're trusting Starnet with their guest and spouse experience, which is a high bar we need to cross. But we're very enthusiastic about the meeting and the content, and we hope that it'll be a great experience, not only for our members, but the vendors. We have some large sales teams that have shown up because obviously they feel like inside their own companies they need to spend more face-to-face time together. So we're thrilled that everyone has used Starnet as a rally point to get people together.
I noticed your former company has got a large number, a whole page full of people here.
Yes, and we like that. We would love for Starnet to be a rally point for every manufacturer. We think it's a good trend, and we'd like that to continue at every meeting from now on.
Okay, just another 10 seconds, if you will, highlights of the meeting. I know you've got the Beaulieu brothers, the ITR economists. We all want to know what they're thinking, and you've got an author here, too, right?
Yeah, Ben Nemtin is going to come speak to the group on Friday. It's more of an inspirational message. His basic content is around living your life to the fullest before you pass, and we've asked him to change that tone to living your life and living your business life to the fullest before you retire, which is important to this group.
And you've got, of course, your annual Starnet Design Awards on Friday night, coat and tie, right?
Coat and tie. We want everyone to be dressed up. We haven't been together, so we're going to get some great photographs of members and the vendors together. We always ask everyone to dress up because it's a formal evening. We're celebrating the best of what happens in our industry and the value we provide to the marketplace. Our members are enabling the success of every other business in the market, and it'll be a big night for the membership and the vendors.
All right, Mark, it's great to catch up with you. You've been talking to Mark Bischoff, the president and CEO of Starnet, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.